mai nei tēnei ata, nau mai, haere mai, piki mai rā.
Ka ranga mai ki a mātou e heke mai nei, ka ranga mai, ka ranga mai, ka ranga mai. Tēnei te kauinga mate kei wainga nui a mātou, ki a tangihia, ki a pihia, ki runga tēnei wahi. Ka ranga mai, ka ranga mai, ka ranga mai.
Haere mai rā, hoki runga i te kranga aroha, o te manukura tautoko, ngā kaimahi, me te whānui o te wānanga aroni o tāmaki makaurau. I runga i tēnei kaupapa whakahirahira, te whakapōtaetanga o ngā akonga, ko piki nei ki tēnei taumata o te mātauranga. Haere mai, haere mai, haere mai rā.
Tēnā koutou mo te tautoko me te awhina ki a mātou e. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou.
Ka huri aki kia koutou ngā mātua, ngā whaia, ngā tūpuna, ngā tiliwhanaunga me ngā hoa. Kua tau mai nei i tēnei rā ki te tautoko, ki te whakamana i tēnei kaupapa whakahirahira. Tēnā koutou, hui noi tēnei whare, tēnā tātou katoa.
Please be seated. Ati hei maurio. E nā mana, e nā reo, nā mātā wako te motu. Nau mai, piki mai, hara mai. Hara mai i rungi te kaupapa whakahirehiro o te inewa. Te whakapōtai tango o nā akuna, te whare a wānanga, aronui o tamaki makauru. E nā whānau. Nā whānau nā akuna, ka nui te hari, ka nui te koa. Kia ki te mai ai koutou. Nā reira tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā koutou katoa. Maurio mai o koutou ngā mata. Tira haere ngā mate, haere, haere moi maira. Tēnā nora ka te hunga mate ki te hunga mate. Ara nora tātou te hunga ora ki te hunga ora. Tēnā nora tātou katoa. Tira e nā kai karanga tēnā kaurua. E nā manuhere tuārangi tēnā koutou. E te manu kura, Alex, tēnā koe. Tira tēnā koutou hoki ngā akuna o te wānangane. Tira koe eke koutou ki tēnei taumata whakahirehira, tēnei taumata mātauranga, ka nui nei te mihi kia koutou katoa. Nā reira, e nā rangatira, e nā karaua, e nā kuia, nā matua i nā whaia. Ia ku hoa mahi, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā koutou katoa.
Aue te aroha, aue te aroha. Ka rere atu nei tā kure o pohiri, nau mai, haere mai. Ko te wala aru nui, he mihi atu nei, kia koutou e. Piki mai, ka ke mai, o mai tō ai ora, kia mātou e. Tihei mauri, mauri ora, he ngā iwi e. Aue te aroha, 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 aue te aroha.
Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Rob Allen, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor of the Auckland University of Technology.
E nā akonga, e nā manuhiri, e nā whānau, tēnā koutou katoa. Ko aho te manakura hapai o te wanganei e mihi ana, Norera. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Warm, if rather wet, Pacific greetings. Welcome to you today. Acting Chancellor, Student President-elect, distinguished guests, and in particular those from the University of Science in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, professors, officials, and staff of the university, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, of course, our graduates. We're gathered to receive the graduates of the Faculty of Design and Creative Technologies and to confer on them their well-deserved awards and other qualifications. We warmly welcome everyone who has come to witness this ceremony and to share in it by celebrating the achievement of their friends and family. To the graduates, on behalf of the universities and all the lecturer and staff on the stage and throughout the hall who have come to celebrate with you today, I say well done and congratulations. You should be very proud of your achievements. In 2010, AUT celebrated its 10th anniversary as a university. Looking back to that year 2000 when we became a university, we can see huge changes. For example, the number of students has nearly doubled, so we now have over 25,000. Postgraduates alone have grown from under 300 to over 2,000, with over 500 PhD students. We more than doubled our international students. Our research funding has gone from under 2 million to 20 million or more. We've invested over $300 million in new buildings, and as you can see at the City campus, where the new learning precinct is rapidly growing, we're investing a lot more. We've doubled the number of campuses with the introduction of the Manukau campus and the AUT Millennium campus on the North Shore. We've even acquired 2 radio telescopes for our astronomers. So the university you're graduating from is very different from the one of the year 2000. And you're very different from the graduates of that time. That's partly because the world itself has changed, but also because the university has changed. We don't call ourselves the University of the Changing World for nothing. And how the world has changed in that time. There were nearly 1 billion more people. When we became a university in 2000, the dot-com boom was about to bust, the web was strictly 1.0, and Google was just a new baby. Facebook hadn't been thought of, no one had heard of iPhones, iPads or iTunes, and tweeting was something that birds did. In 2000, the number of internet users, which is now about 2 billion, was less than the number of people who now use Facebook. In 2011, people watch less television, listen to less albums, but interestingly, they read more books. Violent crime and violent conflicts have gone down, but prisoners and terrorist groups have gone up. Oil consumption has gone down, but wireless consumption has rocketed. Apple is much, much richer, and General Motors much, much poorer. The prices of electricity, corn, gold and cocaine have all gone up significantly. China has emerged as a power in the world and held the Olympics, bought IBM PC computers and developed the fastest train in the world. The United States elected its first black president and only just missed electing its first woman president. There's been 9/11, recession, climate change, devastating wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, but also the human genome was mapped, the artificial heart was developed, the hybrid car introduced. So the graduates sitting here come from a different world than those of 2000, and they set off into a very different world. The real test of AUT is that both groups, in 2000 and 2011, are and were able to take up the opportunities offered to them. Now you are graduating, you will be the next test of whether AUT really is the university for the changing world. Now, graduation ceremonies are very important, but they are rather strange events. You only have to look at the curious garments that most of us are wearing. People often ask whether I don't get bored with the ceremonies, and I have been to well over 150. While most people think they're a good idea and they're worthwhile, they're important, the idea of sitting in a big hall clapping and listening to speeches doesn't always appeal to everyone. The graduation ceremonies are never just one thing. Each one is different, and they're never just about clapping and speeches. On the day, there is always something happening. I've seen people come across the stage and hug the Vice-Chancellor, ignore the Vice-Chancellor, and in one horrible case, verbally abuse the Vice-Chancellor because of the low grades they'd received. I've seen people crying, jumping, shouting, singing, waving, even somersaulting. And here at AUT, we even had a marriage proposal from the stage. So graduation ceremonies take many forms, and they're very different. What they all do, however, is demonstrate and applaud the success of the individual, the supporters, and the university. Talking of applause, some words to friends, family, and supporters. Even though this is a formal ceremony, when the time comes and your graduand walks across this stage, please don't feel you must suppress your exuberance. Enthusiastic and joyous contributions from the audience are welcome. Clapping, cheering, whistling, and other traditional acknowledgements are all very appropriate, so don't hold back. Finally, to the graduands again. In a short while, you'll join the company of the graduates of AUT University. You'll bear the AUT name on your CV and on the qualification that you hang on the wall, at home or in the office. As I said earlier, you'll become an important part of the reputation of this university. People will judge AUT's performance, its quality, its relevance, its contribution, by what you do and say, by the proficiency and judgment that you display. I can say now that from what we've learned about you during your time with us, we know you'll do us proud. So I hope you enjoy your graduation ceremony. In the US, these ceremonies are often called commencement ceremonies because they're not the end, they're the beginning. So today is for you also the start. The passport you have, the qualification, means you can go where you wish, not where you're told. Who knows where in 10, 20, 30, 40 years you will have arrived. Meanwhile, keep learning, keep succeeding, make a difference, and most importantly, enjoy yourself and live well. Kia kaha, kia maya, kia manu anui, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. It's now my very great pleasure to introduce our guest speaker this morning, Brett O'Reilly. Formerly the Chief Executive of New Zealand Information and Communications Technology Group, NZICT, Brett has 22 years of experience in the technology sector in New Zealand, Australia, Asia and the USA, with involvement both in startups and corporate entities. He's the chairman of the network of Aotearoa computer clubhouses and a trustee of the High Tech Trust, the Manaya Kalani Education Trust and the Harbour Sports Trust. But he's also a member of the Government Geospatial Executive Group and the Vice Chairman Pacific Telecommunications Council. So it's with great pleasure that I now invite Brett to speak.
Morena, kia ora tātou. Thank you very much for the invitation to join you today in this wonderful celebration, and please join me all in congratulating our graduates. Of course, when you come to an event like this, it gives you an opportunity to reflect on your own time at school and at university. I started off my working life as a sports journalist. Was persuaded by one of my early bosses in Wellington to go to university because he felt that that would have some advantage for me in my aspirations as a journalist, and indeed I did, and I graduated from Victoria University of Wellington. And when I left university, I guess it had opened my mind to some other opportunities that existed out there, and so instead of going back to become a journalist, I actually went and worked in the Beehive and spent 2 years working in the executive wing of government. And so in June of this year I turned 49, and most of my friends believe that I've suffered a serious midlife crisis because at the age of 49 I decided to again become a public servant. Now, why, you might say, have I decided after 23 years in the technology sector to go and work as a public servant for the Ministry of Science and Innovation? And the reason is very simple. In my previous role with NZICT, but in my life experience as a New Zealander and working in New Zealand and offshore, I have never been more excited about the prospects for New Zealand and for the future of this country. And so when I was approached to go to the Ministry of Science and Innovation in my role as Deputy Chief Executive responsible for business, investment and innovation, so that's your hard-earned taxpayer dollars being invested into the innovation ecosystem, I jumped at the opportunity because I felt that it really was very significant. And I think one of the subtleties in the name of the ministry is that it is actually the Ministry of Science plus Innovation. And that is significant because New Zealand has always been very good at great ideas. Fine institutions like AUT, our Crown Research Institutes, and individual New Zealand inventors have always been good at invention. But what we need to do is combine that science with innovation. So taking ideas and commercialising them and internationalising them so we can grow New Zealand, grow the economy, and actually regain the lifestyle that many of us enjoyed when we grew up in New Zealand, in my case in the 1960s and 70s. So at MSI we're talking about our role as being to lead the science and innovation ecosystem, the science plus innovation ecosystem, to deliver a step change in New Zealand's prosperity and well-being. So one thing we can be certain of in this whole area, the pace of change will escalate. We have many great natural resources in New Zealand, but I believe as we look to chart our course as an economy and as a country in the 21st century, the most key resource that New Zealand has is the resource in this room. And in reflecting on that, I always go back to that great Māori proverb, ask me what is the greatest thing in the world, hei tangata, hei tangata, hei tangata. The people, the people, the people. And the people that will lead New Zealand to prosperity and to better well-being and to the country that we can become in the 21st century are the people sitting right in front of us, the graduates from AUT today. I want to ask the graduates a question. How many of you have aspirations to work internationally? Hands up? Okay, probably not all of you can see from the top, but I reckon that's about 50% of the graduates. So look, I think that's a great thing, but what I'd like to tell you about today is now that you can do exactly that, work internationally without leaving New Zealand. And I'll just grab a little publication. This is the moment, like when you're in the airline, have you seen this card? The great thing, and almost a quiet revolution that's been going on in New Zealand, is the development of the technology sector. And if you're a parent, or if you're a student, or if you're a graduate today and you haven't seen this publication, it's called the TIN 100, the Technology Investment Report. It's published every year. It's been published for 7 years. I have some copies in my office at Shortland Street, so if any of the graduates haven't seen it or can't find it online, call past and I'll give you one. And basically it catalogues a really interesting story. It catalogues that there are 100 companies detailed in this publication, 100 New Zealand-based companies who today are exporting $5 billion worth of technology. That makes it, depending on your measurement, our third or fourth largest sector, and those companies are growing at a rate greater than any other part of our economy. So when I look in front of us today at the talent we have in this room, I know that they can grow New Zealand and I know that they can grow those companies. And the interesting thing about the companies is they reflect a very simple concept, which I think will be the real difference that we'll see in New Zealand in this century. They were born global. They did not start their life thinking about how they could be big in the New Zealand economy. They started their life thinking about how they could be big or significant in the global economy. So you look at companies like Orion Health, a global leader in health software, and I'm sure some of you in the room today will be going to work for them because they're currently looking to hire 500 software engineers to take them to the next stage of their growth, and some of you will have seen their billboards on Kaiba Pass Road. Companies like Vista Entertainment, who are the global leader in ticketing systems, software-based, for cinemas around the world. Companies like Jade Software, who have developed solutions that, with the New Zealand Police, that will lead the world in crime prevention. For the mathematicians in the room, and I know we have some, companies like Endace, born out of the University of Waikato, an algorithm developed by some researchers at Waikato, which has led to Endace being the world-leading company in cybersecurity. Most people in New Zealand haven't heard of them for a good reason, because most of their major customers are offshore. Companies like Stickmen Studios, who have developed a robot for dealing with the elderly and providing in-home patient care for an elderly person via a robot. If you haven't seen the clip on YouTube with this robot. Have a look at it. We think we could probably tidy up the facial features of the robot a little bit, but it's getting there. Companies like Weta Digital, who would have thought, you know, I grew up in Wellington, who would have thought that today in 2011, the world leading digital effects company is based in Miramar? Just an incredible story. Companies like October Animation, just based a few blocks away from here in Sales Street, who every day are producing Nickelodeon's leading computer animated cartoon series. So I hear a few young voices in the audience, and I'm sure they're great fans of Penguins of Madagascar, and that Penguins of Madagascar cartoon series is produced here in Auckland. Why? Because we have the talent that's sitting in this room today that the rest of the world is interested in accessing. Companies like Altitude, a spin-off company of Air New Zealand that's taking engineering, design and technology and designing and some of the technology that we've developed for the marine industry and turning that into interiors for corporate VIP jets from around the world, and you'll hear a lot more about them. And then, of course, companies that we know well, like Fisher & Paykel Appliances and Fisher & Paykel Healthcare, that again are smart New Zealand companies undertaking smart research and development in New Zealand and in growth mode. And of course, there are a host of startups as well involved in games, cloud, computing, design, and many other technologies. I think the prospects for New Zealand, as already mentioned, are huge. We're seeing the world economy in the last 10 years pivot on itself, and the focus of the world economy moving back to where it was pre-European colonisation, and that is Asia Pacific. New Zealand has a free trade agreement with China. We hope to have a free trade agreement with India in the next 12 months, and so we are well placed, extremely well placed, to capitalise on those agreements. And the rest of the world, I was in China last year leading a trade mission there, and the Chinese look to New Zealand for smart ideas. We have a reputation in China in the technology space, partnering with large companies like Huawei for providing smart ideas. So I think it's very exciting. But I also want you, and particularly with the graduates and undergraduates who may be in the audience, to encourage you to not just think about working for companies, but to think about coming up with the next big idea and to take it global. And there are going to be a number of exciting ways we're going to be able to do this. Just yesterday, our ministry launched our latest science round, $60 million of funding for science, and one of the features of that science round was, for the first time, a category which is about smart ideas. So the smart ideas that are in your head, that we're going to look to pair up with our best and brightest entrepreneurs and together take that forward. It's about our pre-seed funding, the funding that we provide for scientists, researchers in universities. AUT are involved with this, that we're reviewing at the moment to see how we can generate more smart ideas out of AUT and into the economy. It's about our commercialisation partners, the KiwiNet consortium that AUT are part of, bringing universities and Crown Research Institutes together to again capitalise on those smart ideas. It's about incubators. It's about looking at how we can create truly world-class incubators here in New Zealand. Many of you will have heard the announcements about Wynyard Quarter. We want to turn that part of Auckland, that exciting new part of our city, into a world-leading technology space where young companies and old companies can work together with universities, with incubators, to develop those smart ideas and then take them from New Zealand immediately offshore. So the Ministry has recently provided some funding into an initiative started by some of New Zealand's leading entrepreneurs called the Landing Pad. That's based in San Francisco. So for New Zealand companies looking to break into Silicon Valley, there's immediately a desk and a space with other New Zealand companies and good advice and great contacts to launch into Silicon Valley. And of course, AUT has been one of the leaders, and perhaps the greatest scale project that could change the face of New Zealand science, and that is the Square Kilometre Array. And I commend AUT for their commitment to that project and the leadership they have provided for the New Zealand bid. You are our future, and today we're here to celebrate your success. Kia ora to your lecturers and tutors for the world-class education they have provided. Kia ora to your families for the support they have provided to get you to this point. As we contemplate the possibilities that exist for New Zealand, I am certain of one thing: you will make our praises heard afar. Thank you.
It's my pleasure now to thank Brett for that talk. Like all best graduation speakers, he provides the graduands with some thought-provoking and inspiring ideas about what their future might hold for them. And like all good speakers at graduation ceremonies, his own life is a demonstration of that wherever you start, whatever you expect out of life, don't be surprised at where you eventually finish up. So thanks again, Brett, for your talk. The Acting Chancellor will now make the statutory declaration.
Today I make this declaration in the presence of a great spirit that built this university. That is the late Sir Paul Reeves, who was Chancellor of this university. And I do so with him very much in mind, and I'm sure many of you will have been influenced by the leadership which he showed over so many years. So by the authority vested in me, by resolution of the Auckland University of Technology, I, Lex Henry, hereby grant the degrees, the diplomas and the certificates to those present who have satisfied all of the requirements of this university.
Ladies and gentlemen, Desna Jury, Dean of the Faculty of Design and Creative Technologies.
Acting Chancellor, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present the graduates from the Faculty of Design and Creative Technologies. Chancellor, I now present the certificate and diploma recipients. Firstly, for the Certificate in Art and Design Intermediate, Catherine Mary Dick. Cyrus Richard Jack. Joanne Patricia Miharis Supalana. And for the Certificate in Computing and Mathematical Sciences, Fiavali Sialoa Ioani. For the Diploma in Information Technology, Kara Jabba Ubaid. That concludes the certificate and diploma recipients. Please join with me in congratulating them. Chancellor, I now present the graduate certificate and diploma recipients. For the graduate certificate in Computer and Information Sciences, Alaric Atit Fernandez. For the graduate diploma in Computer and Information Sciences, he's not here, Yanaki Chandra Prasad Konyela. That concludes the graduate certificate and diploma recipients. Please join me in congratulating them. Chancellor, I now present the bachelor's degree graduates. From the Bachelor of Computer and Information Sciences, Sayeeda Muhammad Ali Badai. Bryce Maxwell Allen. Mohammed Rafiq Sabi Al-Tamimi. Who was it? I think we're down here. Here?
I've got no idea. I mean, I'm up there. I'm getting no help from anyone.
Gurjeet Chima? Yes. Gurjeet Singh Chima. We're down here. Cheng Shen. Xianglong Chi. Shiping Chuang. Uros J. Gregovich. Tui Keu Giang Huan. Do you want me to read them? Yep.
Just give me a moment.
Janaki Chandra Prasad Konyala. That concludes the graduate certificate and diploma recipients. Please join me in congratulating them. Chancellor, I now present the bachelor's degree graduates from the Bachelor of Computer and Information Sciences, Sayeeda Muhammad Ali Badai. Bryce Maxwell Allen. Muhammad Rafiq Sabi Al-Timimi. Anurag Ambash. Arish Amand. David Francis Beaton. Darveen Bida. Wasim Saladin Abdul Keiko. Gurjit Singh Chima. Ashkay Sudhir Kadam. Natalia Kotabova. Andy Lee. Young Hoon Lee. Winbo Lee. Chow Yu Lu. Tui Kwayu Gyang Huan. Zhang En Lu. Michael Mesofane. Elvis Ramvimbo Mushambi, also for the Bachelor of Business. Duke Dui Kwong Nyan. Teo Nyan Bui Tan. Anasini Fafita Falimai Palu. Vibhu Patel. Duong Viet Kok Huang Pham. Rasiko Rakosombat. Pauline Pramoda Rayo. Vineet Kumar Rattan. Christopher Adam Rolfs. Robert Earl Rakdishel. Stefan William Saylor. Apen Sharma. U Shi. Atindapal Singh. Timothy Sitnick. Prasanka Hashashith Teo Raparuma. Jacob Ingemar von Dinklage. Kantishna Trith Wijatanga. Nathan Conrad Richard Wong. Zhang En Lui. For the Bachelor of Design, Viali Ang. Shinai Robin Antonovic. Victoria Mary Backhouse. Brett Band. Gandali Bapat. Veronica Helen Sheehan Bartlett. Ewan Craig Bell. Mia Elizabeth Bell. Rosemary Margaret Berryman. Jayesh Karan Bana. Nicola Lynette Birch. Samuel Peter Birkhead. Hannah Patricia Brabant. Andrea Alexandra Brown. Hannah Jane Brown. Justine Maria Bulog. Sarah Bunn. Nurit Elizabeth Burney. Harrison James Burt. Morgan Marcia Cannon. Benjamin Fergus Carroll. Kate Teresa Castle. Elaine Yiling Chan. Zihin Chan. Lucinda Mary Charles. Holly Sinclair Chase. Katie Pui Kwan Chi. Huang Wei Chen. Jian Kun Chen. Nicole Wei Yin Chung. Anita Chahiba. Nicole Ewan Chin. Albert Po Sheng Shu. Yoon Jeong Cho. Henry Holton Christian Slane. Ka Chung Chung. Oliver Peter Yukich Church. Shana Dawn Colburn. Christopher Lee Cooper. Anthony Charles Cosson. Brett Clive Cresto. Catherine Julia Cullinane. Libby Marie Cuniff. Brittany Helen Cutton Bansgrove. Vandana Ashok Daya. Joseph Martin Agbayani Guzman. Robert Merle Sadio De Mayo. Eden Gabriel Dallow. Sarah Ruth Diprose. Helen Shirley Douglas. Kaylee Duplessis. Jomnan Dul. Rowan Hamish Lee Dunford. Fraser Laini Dunn. Elizabeth Helen Eason. Eloise Maria Joanna Egbers. Mentala Ama Naguib El Kadari. Opeta Junior Elika. Brendan Everett. Annalise Nadine Finley. Benjamin Paul Fitzpatrick. Megan Elizabeth Ford. Leanne Marie Ford. Tamsin Jane Fraser. Rosaria Isabel Gander. Troy Josephina Tahuhu Garton. Sana Caron Durand. Alexandria Josephine Gifford Ferry. Emma Jane Gleeson. Sarah Candice Goslin. Courtney Alexandra Graham. Misha Francis Graham. Natalie Patricia Madeline Gregory. Genevieve Annie Grobler. Honghua Guo. Yi Bo Han. Jeremy Douglas Hanna. Anna Marie Harder. Bruno Harding. Vanessa Eleanor Harsent. Caitlin Grace Harvey. Ashley Lara Hill. Kathleen Fiona Hillhouse. Sue T. Ho. Dacom Diego Holland. Talia Joy Hopkins. Anthony Joseph Hoss. Tamarin Kirsty Howes. Chung Yi Su. Chin Quan Quang. Min Pong Quang. Luke Spencer Jackson. Sei-Hee Yang. Nicola Megan Jardin. Ashley Darrell Jenkins. Tracy Aneva Jenkinson. Grace Anna Jensen. Amy Nicola Joe. Elise Christina Johnson. Natasha Ann Johnson. Raymana Jones. Hiuem Young. Janus Marcin Kaminsky. Alyssa Nicole Kerr. Ashan Khosravi. Sungsik Kim. Rebecca Pikyak Clem. Bridget Lisa Lee. Catherine Lee. Dasom Lee. Du Young Lee. Eva Pui Lee, Yi Lee. Han Min Lee. Jimin Lee. Yu Lun Lee. Sam Leong. Bing Sheng Lee. Roger Chow Wei Lee. Juun Su Lim. Suit Ying Lin. Yi Jen Sam Lin. Elizabeth Yi Sin Lu. Natasha Eunwei Lu. Kate Marie Lawney. Sarah Lai. Monique Hoon Lynch. Gabrielle Suzanne MacDonald. Kieran John McKinven. Hana Puti Rose Maihi. Jennifer Marie McGill. Emma Frances Malone. Tiparat Manu Strongshri. Abby Joanna Marino. Briar Leone Mark. Sarah Matty. Chloe Michelle McIsaac. Eliav Matan Meltzer. Ben William Metka. Diana Jade Mitchell. Emma Alice Howard Mitchell. Olivia Francis Moore. India Faith Moore Bokaro. Jane Lina Moe. Emma Jean Natasha Mueller. Kelsey Margaret Muir. Chiuk Yuan Casey Ing. Georgia Nancy Nicholson. Natika Naranjan. Emily Jane Nola. Nadija Francis Ogden. Chung Sang O. Chiak Ling Orr. Jordan Fenton Oxborough. Long Pan. Jayshree Shanti Pancha. Jane Park. Mei Yen Park. So Min Park. Yoon Seong Park. Joey Sunny Patel. Lisa Pearson. Juan Blas Pedrera. Nuthon Pingsathon. Sungwon Piem. Kirk Powis. Georgia Elizabeth Pratt. Glenn James Prentice. Charlotte Ann Price. Dana Abdul Fattah Quazim. Nuor Kolek. Maximilian Kwai. Vasil Rabshtina. Renu Rani Raju. Kiva Paula Esmeralda Rands. Daniel Joseph Ravlich. James Lowell Carter Reid. Jovan Amy Hop Rains. Nicole Ann Richter. Sarah Jane Julie Ritchie. Ellen Grace Robertson. Dani Amita Rocha. Suzanne Joanna Rope. Jack Michael Roy. Julia Josephine Colette Saborin. Jared Faiiti Seafoloi. Brooke Ashley Sandford. Raymond Paul Garcia Sarmiento. Catherine Alexandra Scott. Melanie Faye Scott. Kayla Marie Setter. Xiao Jing Xiao. Holly Maureen Sharples. Tuo Shen. Scott Aaron Shepherd. Madeline Mayreed Sheaf. Quan Lin Sim. Jennifer Claire Smith. Do One Sun. Alam Song. Vihanga Mahesh Santron. Marissa Elaine Spencer. Jessica May Standage. Kezia Emily Rose Stevenson. Caleb Joshua Willis Stevens. Kyle Stoffberg. Jordan Ashley Stowell. Wilson Ming Mang Su. Morgan Tiringa Tahapehi. Chug Man Tam. Crystal Joy Taylor. Francesca Eugenie Tillman Lekornik. Shayla Ree Thompson. Raymond Ng Yi Tong. Daniel Puinai To. Courtney Tyler Tremuan. Suwani Trapekal. Tulaga Eto Tupuola. Carly van der Velden. Rochelle Simone Ranges. Christina Antonia Vuletic. Marcel Nadia Ataria Walden. Hannah Jane Walker. Nicholas Jude Walker. Hal Wong. Ting Ai Wang. Ludwig Wendzik. Samantha Margaret Weston. Justin Royce White. Lee Rose White. Brett Alexander Whiting. Olivia Natalie Wimsett. Wonvern Wong. Jessica Marie Woodward. Lisa Marie Worley. Brittany Yvonne Wotherspoon. Melissa Kari Wright. Amy Yang. Leanne Yim. Natapon Yangkong. Lisa Hui Wai Yuan. Hyan Jin Yan. Ue Zhao. Jing Dron. And for the Bachelor of Mathematical Sciences, Charlene Wendy Dorman. Kai Chiang Lang. Melissa Kate Mooney. Daryl Vedant Sedinand. And for the Bachelor of Visual Arts, Rachel Christina Iona. Darcel Dorothy Apalu. Frances Ann Atkins. Sonia Nam Aurelio. Nicholas Alexander Blackburn. Faye Elizabeth Carey. Joanna Frances Cass. Hannah Christine Allen Deere. Christopher Lee Dobbin. Ashley Brooke Hopkins Earwaker. Catherine Cherie Ellis. Margaret Mary Estelle. Hannah Fisher. Larissa May Goodwin. Kezia Laura Hanna. Janetta Marie Hayden. Emily Frances Hobson Ritchie. Kayla Ann Humphreys. Laurel Claire Jones. Jinaz Jal Kabhari. Christopher John Robert Kinzit. Vanessa Yin Yi Kong. Rachel Rose Madron. Pilamelosi Junior Manu. Emma Elizabeth McIntyre. Laura Christina McMillan. Sheridan Rachel Mellor. Colin James Nairn. Bridget Norcross. Kirsty Oliver. Alicia Jill Pang. Ali Aitila Filomilalo Pepe. Blythe Jessie Phillips. Franziska Macri Sybil Posel. Joseph Elliott Prisk. Alexandra Emerald Ramsdale. Chelsea Jane Rothbart. Deborah Raywin Rundle. Juliette Rose Schwartz. Laura Audrey Sherlock. Kelsey Marie Stankovic. Gina Marie Terhuen. Jade Marie Thurlow. Marie Suzanne Wade. Polly Z. Walker. Xavier Joseph Winterstein. Carla Gemma Wong. Vivian Mary Warren. For the Bachelor of Art and Design Honours, Blair Archibald with First Class Honours. Matthew Nash with First Class Honours. Emily Jane O'Hara with First Class Honours. For the Bachelor of Mathematical Sciences Honours, Sheng Zhuan with First Class Honours. That concludes the bachelor's degree graduates. Please join me in congratulating them. Chancellor, I now present the postgraduate certificate and diploma recipients. For the postgraduate certificate in Computer and Information Sciences, Rosanna de Guzman Bueno. Dalbir Singh. For the postgraduate diploma in Art and Design, Yi Zhang. For the postgraduate diploma in Computer and Information Sciences, Arpit Agarwal. Asim Afak Ahmad. Rehab Mahdi H. Al-Qaita. Manjula Chetty. Krupesh Vinaykumar Desai. Liban Mohammed Farah. Amit Kumar Zhanghu. Noreen Khan. Jayanth Karuna Komu. Priyank Mukesh Kumar Kotari. Karen Kumar. Lovepreet Singh. Ronak Dayaram Patel. Pawandeep Singh. Vignesh Prabhu Pavusangam. Akana Sahani. Santosh Shankar. Wai Lung Tam. That concludes the postgraduate certificate and diploma recipients. Please join me in congratulating them. Chancellor, I now present the Master's degree graduates. For the Master of Art and Design, Kirsten Marie Jamison. Cerise Fiahel Palalagi. April Phyllis Stevens. And Fang Wan Wei with first class honours. For the Master of Arts Management, Tama Karina Florentina. Helen Mary Gillespie. Yao Yuet Cecilia Mann. Kirstine Ann McKendry. Brenda Marie Rayleigh. Sergei Reshtan. And for the Master of Computer and Information Sciences, Roja Ramani Matlakanta. For the Master of Design, Edward Jeffrey Castles Burkett. Shuo Gore. Michael Chun Man Ho. Wei Li. Xian Wen Li. Pang Lui. Kashama Nitink Kumar Patel. Sonia Yating Shilin. Miranda Joy Smitheram. Chi Feng Shing. Lin Yang. Verena Ziegler. And for the Master of Forensic Information Technology, Wen Chung Kerry Ho with first class honours. That concludes the Master's degree graduates. Please join me in congratulating them. Chancellor and Deputy Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the qualifications from the Faculty of Design and Creative Technologies.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Professor Rob Allen.
Chancellor, it is now my pleasure to present the following graduates in the Master of Philosophy. With first-class honours, Catherine Adele Hardy-Bernal. With first class honours, Linda Eleanor Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, the Doctor of Philosophy is the preeminent qualification that the university can confer, and it represents the highest level of academic endeavour. It is the result of years of focused research and is granted as an original contribution to the state of knowledge. Acting Chancellor, it is now my pleasure to present the doctoral graduates of the university. First, with a thesis entitled Performance Test Labour, Mark Robert Gordon Harvey. With a thesis entitled Integrated Multi-Model Framework for Multiple Time Series Analysis and Modelling, Harriya Dharma Widiputra. Would you now join with me in acknowledging the graduates of the Doctor of Philosophy? Acting Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the doctoral degrees. Graduates, you've received your qualification today, a qualification you've earned by dedication to your studies. I would like you now to acknowledge the support and encouragement you've received from your family and friends, many of whom are in the audience behind you. So I want you to stand up, turn around and show your appreciation by doffing your caps and giving them a round of applause. Thank you. It's been a pleasure to be able to grant qualifications to so many of you in person today. However, there are some who, for various reasons, cannot attend the ceremony, and accordingly the Academic Registry will commence issuing certificates and qualifications to these people next week. I therefore call on the Academic Registrar of the University to step forward and receive the qualifications on behalf of our in absentia graduates.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jessica Woodward, a graduate of the Bachelor of Design degree, will now respond on behalf of the student body.
Chancellor Lex Henry, Acting Vice-Chancellor Rob Allen, Dean Desna Jury, and all our honoured guests, I'd like to thank you for joining us today. I'd also like to welcome my fellow graduates and the friends and family members who have come to celebrate with us. Tēnā koutou katoa. Today marks the beginning of a new chapter in our lives. For some of us, that chapter is a new foray into academia, and I congratulate those of us who are going on to further studies. For others of us, that chapter may be work or travel, and I congratulate them too, and wish them all the best. For others of us, we may not yet know what that chapter has in store for us, and I applaud those of us as well for their bravery in the face of uncertainty and their honesty in acknowledging the unknown. For regardless of what we do or don't have planned, we all have the potential to achieve great things. In October this year, a man who achieved many great things passed away. This man was Steve Jobs, founding member and CEO of Apple Computers. Given the mix of artists, designers, and mathematical and computer engineers in the room before me, I'd wager we have a fairly even mix of fans and non-fans of his legacy. But whether or not you're a fan of his work, no one can deny his achievements. Today, amongst a new generation of great achievers, I thought I'd share some of his wisdom. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. As we move on with our lives, we'll be faced with a number of changes. What's important is not to accept changes that will lead you to stagnate in an environment where you can't achieve what you want to. In the coming years, we will see many opportunities, and it's so important that we take hold of the right ones. Not the safest one, nor the one with the highest returns. The right opportunities are the ones that excite us, that fill us with passion. They get our minds ticking over, and from the moment we're told about them, we can't stop thinking about them. It doesn't matter if you might fail, or if it's not going to pay the bills, or if you have to stop sleeping for a week to meet the deadline. Everything else is inconsequential. If you're not living on the edge, you're just taking up space. In Mr. Jobs' words, things don't have to change the world to be important. If the opportunity is something that excites you, that's importance enough to invest yourself completely. Which leads me to his next piece of wisdom. Be a yardstick of quality. Some people aren't used to an environment where excellence is expected. There's that old saying, be the change you wish to see in others, and I'm a firm believer in this. When we hold ourselves accountable for our actions, it doesn't go unnoticed. Anyone can produce something good, but to produce something that is great means so much more. I may look up to Steve Jobs now, but one day we could be the inspirations of the next generation. All we have to do is constantly deliver work that we can be proud of, and the people around us will be moved to do the same. We owe it to ourselves to do nothing less. I was asked to speak for the class of 2011 today, as I coordinated the Bachelor of Graphic Design exhibition, and in the 3 years I've spent at AUT, I think that experience was the most eye-opening part of my education. Those who know me know I'm a bit of a sucker for piling more on my plate than I can necessarily chew, but coordinating the exhibition was one of those right opportunities. I kept thinking about it, working out the nuts and bolts, how we could do this and that. I knew I wanted to be involved, but didn't necessarily have the time to spare. I was waiting for someone else to take the lead, but after we discussed it in class one day, I realised so was everyone else, so I stepped up. As with any risky endeavour, there were those who said not to do it, that the returns weren't worth the investment, but I found that where some will shy away from responsibility, others will come forward by your example and really come through for you. I'm so thankful to everyone who helped with the coordination effort, and I know we wouldn't have achieved what we did without everyone coming together. We've been told by staff and industry alike that our exhibition was one of the best our department's ever run, and whilst this pleases me to hear, it's the individual thanks I've had that have made me realise just how much our investment as coordinator and committee really meant to people. When people you've never met are telling you how much they appreciate what you've done, you know your investment has been worthwhile. So here's to us, a generation of worthwhile investors who hold on to the right opportunities. Here's to we great achievers who'll go on to set the standard for excellence. Here's to the inspirations for generations to come and for those around us. Here's to the class of 2011.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Acting Chancellor of the Auckland University of Technology, Lex Henry.
Graduates of the Auckland University of Technology, your whānau, your friends, ladies and gentlemen. I stand here before you and your celebratory lunches, so I will endeavour to keep this as short as possible, because I know what would happen if I spoke for too long. But let me start out not quoting Stephen Jobs, but one of the most technology-orientated and most brilliant engineers at Google, Don Dodge, who's been heard to say on frequent occasions that achieving 65% of the impossible is much better than achieving 100% of the ordinary. Or put another way, 100% success actually equals mediocrity. Now, you all leave here with qualifications which are going to prepare you to take risks in the outside world. That means the sorts of risks that allow you to adopt the 65% of the impossible as you go forward from here. That is probably that area which you are most qualified to do because of the way you have thought as you've gone through your degrees in this particular faculty. But if you look around, and I refer to Brett, who is here today, and Brett, thank you for being here. Brett represents somebody who could be best described as an entrepreneurial public servant. We don't often respect such entrepreneurship in government in this country, but we can. And his comments today, I think, echo the excitement that is available to you and everyone else in New Zealand, as well as elsewhere in the world, to make the most of what you actually have available. Whether you stay here in Auckland and you become part of that Wynyard technology complex, or whether you become part of the diaspora, which will still be an equally important contributor back into New Zealand so long as you maintain your links. He explained that there's a quiet revolution going on. Well, it's only a $5 billion revolution in terms of export receipts. What it isn't, though, is the old piece of number 8 wire. Let's even forget about the expression being hardwired in this day and age. What Brett mentioned, which is what is most important to New Zealand, is our intellectual assets, our intellectual property, and you represent that in so many ways today. You can be very proud of what your achievements have been. Jessica made reference to the next chapter, and may I only say that the one great thing about going through life is that the next chapter is always a great mystery, because no one can actually write the future. Although you can, in many ways, prepare yourself for it in a whole range of ways. She explained that doing great work, but work you love, is the most important thing of all. I have to strongly endorse that. Don't do something you don't like doing. Do something that you're absolutely passionate about, that actually gets you excited, even at the times when you feel like taking some of your colleagues apart and want more than one way. But make sure that you make a commitment to what you're doing. And in fact, that, more than anything else, encapsulates Steve Jobs' wisdom. It was the passion, the excitement and the commitment that he had and that everybody at Apple still has. But despite Steve Jobs' wisdom, I'd actually like to refer to Jessica's wisdom in her speech today, because she used some words which really struck home to me. Take on more than you can chew. And that, I think, has a great deal of wisdom in it. Excel beyond anything you have any expectations of being capable of doing, and do whatever you would like. So, to use Jessica's words, here's to all of you, congratulations and well done.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand now for the national anthem, which will be led by Carolyn Harkness. Staff and graduates, could you please remove your caps while singing?
God of nations, at thy feet, in the bonds of love we meet. Hear our voices, we entreat. God defend our free land. God Pacific's triple star, from the shafts of strife
We are now coming towards the close of the formal ceremony. The Auckland University of Technology thanks you for sharing this very important day of celebration with us. We remind you that there is a range of merchandise including flowers, rings, DVDs and graduation bears available in the upstairs circle foyer. I now ask that you remain standing until the official party and graduates have left the auditorium. Thank you.